Epiphany. We need more adventure. Birth and manifestation. Welcome to our Gospel Commentary channel, to discover yourself. Today we delve into the theme of divine revelation and manifestation towards every culture, on the roads of the Exodus, in the search for light. In this intimate and yet extroverted dynamic, the same conditions of discomfort or unforeseen events accentuate the possibility of reading the meaning of ordinary things, and therefore our spontaneous harmony. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website juvie.art. Juvie.art. Matthew 2 verses 1 to 12. The evangelist Matthew writes in the 80s for third-generation believers. It is a time when he notes that pagans have entered the first communities in droves. While those who had been waiting for centuries for the light to which they seemed so attached were disdainfully rejecting it. The story of the Epiphany draws on what was happening before the eyes of believers at the end of the first century. People who had always been in the habit of waiting no longer waited, or were seeing anything. They had become so accustomed to old expectations that they no longer imagined they could have a real encounter with the newness of God. The impact on those who were honestly looking for the star was very different. A different approach, albeit precariously balanced, which nevertheless allowed those who were far away on the journey to ask themselves the right questions. Without interests to defend, the new seekers of God were still on the march. They were moving away from all the old shackles and from their own ideas. Without respite, they traveled along a new road. They were not just seeking quietist reassurance. They understood that the treasure of God is on a path. For a marvel not mediocre, all luminous and of origin. While addressing religious authorities and experts in the ancient scriptures, the verses 1 to 2. The authentic pilgrims continued to move forward. In this way, flying over the habitual fences of respect for roles, of social prominence, of the conformist interpretation. But if the throne feared for power, the temple was afraid of losing the exclusive on God. Hence the hegemony over consciences. In the Gospels, thrones and altars are the sign of supremacy, of strength, of dowry, of deceit. Here verses 3 to 4. However, the explorers do not submit to established ceremonies of top-downism, nor to the influence of a false uniformity, thus receiving the radiance of the revelation of Christmas. God is not a dominator, but rather helpless one. Tender and small, among the defenseless. By tradition, people of the messianic promises considered themselves invested with a royal, priestly and spousal dignity. These gifts, the gold and frankincense and myrrh, verse 11, are now being passed on to people of all cultural backgrounds. Pope Francis would perhaps refer to those who are gifted with a nose without citizenship. Remote, effective treasure, so precious for the synodal journey, and equally neglected, Speech the 18th of September 2021. In short, the seekers for God are called and drawn from an unthinkable geography and history. Because they remain the only ones who have the courage to constantly take a different path, another way, verse 12. Why the normality of dictated walkings kill life. Annihilating the spirit of adventure and surprise that comes from diving into the present. And those who are born from wave to wave produce healthy opportunities. The Lord knows to what potential for good even the most embarrassing creatures can convert, and He supports them. At a certain point in our journey, then from time to time, we will understand that the discomfort of exploration had the function of bringing to light the child within us, hidden and misjudged. In short, certain religious defects make us unique, special. They venerate that present frugal, who is our accomplice. They bring us back home, the one that is truly ours. Epiphany of the Lord, Matthew 2 verses 1 to 12. Thank you all for your kind attention. We invite you to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a well done to support us. Subscribe, give your precious like, share with your friends, and comment too. Thanks, see you soon.